Hey everyone, and welcome to Rustfall Project Update 4. We're 2 weeks out from our beta launch, so don't forget to spread the word, as we'd like the server to be as populated as possible to ensure we can run things smoothly with a maximum population. Quick note about our RPG and Karma systems. I was going to showcase more about them in this update, but decided to wait until they're a little further along to their final beta states, as they're being worked on every day and these are huge in-depth systems, so the next update before the beta will be mostly dedicated to them. So without further ado, let's get into this update, which is actually our largest to date as is. First up, we have Gather Hotzones. These will begin with an announcement designating the hot zone will go live in 15 minutes and a general idea of where that hot zone will be. Hot zones range from 1.5x to 3x gathering yields and from 30-minute to 3-hour durations. The shorter they are, the higher the gathering yield, and of course, the longer they are, the less of a gathering yield. Once a hot zone is completed, the cycle will repeat and a 15-minute announcement will designate the next hot zone. These can be great for all types of players, from clans doing some power gathering to fortify their base, to solo or duo players looking to make a stockpot, to red outlaws looking for some lucrative kills. These will also serve as a kind of permanent event, while players are perhaps waiting for other events to begin. Next up, we have Monument PvE. At every monument across the map, you will find that now, in addition to avoiding or killing players, breaking barrels, searching through crates, hunting for elite chests, and even doing puzzles, you will now have to contend with many different kinds of other foes, being bandits, highwaymen, raiders, and marauders. These will be equipped with different kinds of weapons, from Aoka pistols, to nail guns, to bows, to crossbows, and even some melee. They will have all kinds of differing stats, loot that they drop, and EXP and Karma values that they give, and they will follow a tier system. Also, whatever an NPC is wearing on the server is what they will always drop, as I've always personally disliked in games that items an NPC you kill is wearing miraculously vanishes. The items will drop, though being varying ranges of disrepair, and in some cases unable to be researched or repaired at all, and instead worn as a functional throwaway gear. For reference, here's a list of the NPCs you might find, separated into tiers, tier 1 being desperate, tier 2 being emboldened, tier 3 being maddened, tier 4 being rampaging, and the types being highwayman, bandit, raider, and marauder. Next up are roaming mobs. These are groups of the same types of mobs you might find in monuments, only now they've banded together and they will stick together and play as a group to take you out. They exist all over the map, so nowhere is safe, and you'll definitely want to watch your back as you're traveling, in case you didn't notice these guys and get ambushed, because they are capable of taking out an unsuspecting traveler very easily if they get close. They will also relentlessly pursue you until either you are dead or they are, or you've traveled a fair ways away. These groups can be made of all kinds of different compositions and combinations of the bandits, highwaymen, raiders, and marauders you encounter in the monuments, so you might get multiple bowmen, Aoka shooters, crossbowmen, or the like. Each group will be different. In future iterations, we will be making these even able to attack bases and structures, and create their own structure if successful. Speaking of, if they manage to kill a player, their fame will grow in the land, and so will their group, until they become a true blight of the land, perhaps even numbering in the tens each. Watch out and play accordingly. These guys are worth some nice EXP and Karma, and economic currency as well. Next up is our MMO-esque trading system. This system will allow you to trade with any player who is standing right next to you. Previously, you both had to drop items, with the person dropping first taking a risk if the other player just took off with the items without dropping anything of their own. With this system, you can trade 12 items at a time. To start, you type /trade player name, and they will receive a prompt asking to accept or decline. Once accepted, this window will open and you just drag and drop into the loot container on the right side of the screen, and both players can see what is being traded. Once the trade is agreeable for both players, you each press accept and you receive your items and can go on your merry way. Or you can murder each other, whichever suits your fancy. Though remember, our karma system will mean killing a blue player in cold blood will come with consequences, which you'll find out the specifics of in the next coming update. Next up is our clan system. Like our trading and LFG systems, this will also be reminiscent of classical MMO game features. It features a UI and command-based system that provides a healthy range of commands at your disposal for creating a clan, managing a clan, and promoting a moderator, which is another player who is capable of executing administration commands in the absence of the leader. You'll be able to invite and kick players at will, promote or demote them, and even trade with them in a click of a button. You'll also be able to make alliances with other clans, which will factor into our territory control system. Additionally, you'll also be able to declare war on other clans, which will have a scaling economic cost per member of your clan, which will encourage so-called Zerg clans to watch their size and help compensate smaller clans for having less numbers. Furthermore, red and blue clans will play a little differently from each other, but I'll be getting more into those features once we drop our karma update, as they are directly interconnected. Next up is our economy system. The system will be tied to many things on the server, from conquest to karma to bounty hunting to character and clan penalties and bonuses. All economic currency will be tied to scrap, and scrap will likewise be tied to economic currency. You'll be able to go into a negative balance, which will incur on your character a steep penalty until that negative balance is paid. You will be able to exchange economic currency for scrap at a 1-to-1 ratio at up to 500 per day, though if you wish to go above the 500 limit, you can do so at a ratio of 2-to-1 with no limit whatsoever. Additionally, you will only be able to redeem currency at the blue compound if you're a blue player, and at the bandit town if you're a red player. More in-depth details about the system to come shortly in the Discord. Next up is our fishing system. This is a rather therapeutic gathering profession where you can catch several different kinds of fish, which can then either be eaten raw, gutted for resources, or cooked and eaten that way for their full health benefits. Fish is pretty healthy after all, right? There are many ways to fish, some more effective than others. For instance, you can start fishing with a simple wooden spear or upgrade to a stone spear to see better results, all the way up to a bow, a crossbow, and finally legitimate fishing poles. You can also impact your results by wearing the appropriate attire, and fishing during the 2 golden hours of the day, which we'll let the players figure out. Also, rumor has it, there's a very small chance to even find a rare chest in the water during your fishing journeys, so do keep an eye out for that. Finally, for those of you who are thinking about fishing all day in precisely the same spot with little risk, you will find that you will actually fish out certain areas and will need to move elsewhere to continue to reel in the bounty. And to wrap up this update, we've removed radiation from all monuments on the map and are in the process of repurposing it as a disease/pestilence mechanic, which we'll give more details of in future updates. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for the next project update, which will feature our karma and RPG systems, as well as our magic system, first iteration of questing, and more. You guys know the usual spiel, subscribe to this channel for updates, and feel free to discuss on the Discord. This is Adun, and I'll see you all in the next one.